Hey YouTube, we're back looking at another impulse purchase. I mean, does this gun need an introduction? Did he fire 6 shots? Did he fire only 5? 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, will blow your head clean off. That's right, Smith & Wesson Model 29. More specifically, as I will show you with my pudgy little hands, Model 29-10. This is the legacy lineup, brought back all the classics, Model 10, Model 19, 27, 25, so on. So you got all the modern things. You got the free floated firing pin. It's not attached to the hammer like the true Dirty Harry gun. I think he had a Model 29-2. You unfortunately have the Hillary hole. I think that's kind of a killer on the classic lineup. I mean, how many gangs are taking these guns and going and committing shootings? But I'm not Smith & Wesson. I don't make those decisions. Otherwise, though, it's a 6.5-inch Model 29. You got the adjustable rear sight. You got the red ramp front sight. You got the wood grips. Got a 6-shot end frame. Look at those big old chambers. So bought this about a month and a half, 2 months ago at this point. Bought it down here in Troy, Alabama. I believe sticker was $1,100 and then that 9.5% tax. So yeah, it was a pretty darn expensive, but I love this gun. It was definitely worth every cent. I love big bore. I love high caliber. Maybe I'm just a masochist. Maybe I just like having my wrist punished, but if it's high caliber, I love it. So I've put about 100 rounds through it, so this is by no means a long-term test. I'm not Hickok with 70,000 rounds through his 8 3/8-inch Model 29. So in that time, I've put about 60 production rounds through it and 40 reloads. In fact, I just put the reloads through today. As you can see, 20 of these were from Leverlution or Leverlution. I loaded those with H110, basically full case capacity. H110, you have to have 80 to 100%, and I think 31.5 is the max for that. I also loaded HP38. I got this data from the Hodgdon site, and that's a much more mild cartridge, or much more mild loading, I'm sorry. It's probably around 1,400 feet a second. I can't remember what barrel length they said they used in the load data from there. But compared to the H110, that is a much more tame round. Didn't beat up the webbing of my hand near as bad. As you can see, I'm starting to develop a hot spot. That's, when I shot a whole bunch, I got a blood blister there from these wood grips. They not the best you're going to be shooting a whole lot, especially if you're like me and have small hands. But not the end of the world. That said, if you're recoil sensitive or you just don't like full power 44 loads, HP38 is a good loading. I know YouTube's kind of wonky on providing actual reloading data, but it's out there. I'd recommend it. Definitely more powerful than 44 Special. I was definitely supersonic rounds. Good load. So, what else to say about the gun? It's reliable. It's accurate. Wherever I pointed it, as long as I did my part, not flinching, which after a while you get tired of shooting 44, it gets kind of hard not to flinch, but if you do your part, the gun will hit where you aim. I haven't messed with the sights or anything. In fact, when I first took this out, one of my coworkers commented on my accuracy, and I don't consider myself a bad shot by any stretch of the imagination, but having a good pistol definitely helps with that, especially when it's a big old horse pistol like this. So, in conclusion, if you like the look of the blued steel, if you like Smith & Wesson, which I love Smith & Wesson, I grew up shooting Rugers, but when I bought my Model 36 about 7 years ago, ever since I've had the bug, they're like a fine Swiss watch. It's just something about them. I mean, listen to that lock work. Nice short trigger pull. We can see the gun's unloaded. Nothing downrange. Even the double action, I mean, you got the index, and then it's just a great gun. It's expensive, so if you like large guns, if you like high caliber, like me, I gotta compensate for that 5'7" stature and the tiny hands, then by all means I'd say go out and buy this. It's gonna hurt, but it's a Smith & Wesson. I've shot the Ruger Blackhawk. That's a great gun, but that's single action only. Haven't shot Tauruses, so I can't give my opinion on that, nor will I. Not gonna crap on a gun that I haven't shot, but I mean, Smith and Wesson. Need I say more? So, thanks for watching. If you stuck around this long, and hopefully I'll be back in the not too distant future with another emotionally driven impulse purchase. See ya.